Japanese scientists have learned how to recreate digital copies of deceased people, a shocking invention of the future. Tokyo, 2025. The scientific world is shaken by a new development from Japanese scientists, which, according to experts, will forever change our understanding of life and death. A group of researchers from the Institute of Neurotechnology in Osaka has officially announced the completion of the first successful tests of a revolutionary technology, digital reincarnation. The essence of the project is to create an interactive electronic copy of a person based on the complete digitization of their memory. How it works. The procedure begins with a person voluntarily agreeing to have their consciousness copied while they are still alive. Using neurosensors connected to the head, all of their memories are read, from their earliest childhood memories to the events of their last days. The technology uses complex algorithms to scan the brain's neural activity, and the processing takes only a couple of hours. The resulting data, hundreds of terabytes of information, is then analyzed using powerful AI systems that structure memories, emotional connections, behavioral patterns, and even a person's voice and intonations. The result is a realistic digital copy of a person with whom you can communicate through a screen. Just like with a living interlocutor, it remembers everything the original knew, speaks with the same voice, laughs, jokes, and can even give advice based on the past experiences of a real person. The goal is to ease the pain of loss. The developers claim that the project was not created for sensationalism, but with a single humanitarian goal: to help relatives cope with their loss. According to Professor Hiroaki Yamashita, the project's leading neuropsychologist, talking to a digital echo of the deceased can significantly reduce stress, depression, and psychological shock. When a loved one dies, the emptiness is often unbearable. We want people to be able to hear the voice of their loved one again, to talk, to say goodbye, to ask important questions instead of silence. It's not immortality, but it's a bridge across the abyss, said Professor Yamashita. Ethics and criticism. Nevertheless, the project has provoked mixed reactions. Religious organizations in Japan and beyond have already condemned the initiative, calling it playing God. Some philosophers and bioethicists fear that such technologies could blur the boundaries between a real person and their copy, as well as create psychological dependence on communicating with the dead. However, researchers insist that this is not about resurrecting or transferring consciousness. It is merely a reconstruction that is as close to the original as possible but does not possess free will. Visibility and future. The technology is currently undergoing final testing. The commercial launch is scheduled for early 2027 and, surprisingly, the cost of the procedure will be affordable for the general public, only about $2,000. This means that digital memory could become as common a part of life as video recordings or photo albums. The developers plan to create a platform where digital copies can live in virtual spaces, as well as integrate with augmented reality technologies, so that it is possible to see and feel the presence of a departed person nearby. Conclusion. The world is on the threshold of a new era where death ceases to be an absolute boundary. Japanese digital reincarnation technology opens up incredible possibilities, but at the same time raises new moral and philosophical questions for society. Will a person remain a person if they can be stored in a file? There are no answers yet, but the era of life after death on screen has already begun.